Winning interview tips for pharmacists. The pharmacy job market has changed drastically in the last 5+ years, such that it is an employer's market versus an employee's market. The addition of many new pharmacy schools around the country, coupled with the shuffling and adjustment of positions in retail pharmacy, has reversed an almost decade-long pharmacist shortage. It is important now, more than ever, for a pharmacist to set him or herself apart when interviewing for a new position. The interview tips included in this short video are designed to do just that, make you stand out in a positive way. First, prepare for the interview. Review your resume. Are the dates of employment consistent? Are there any gaps of time on the resume? Practice answers to questions like, why did you leave your last employer? Is the resume easy to read? Describe both your responsibilities for each position as well as your accomplishments. Use bullets to illustrate points instead of paragraphs. They are much easier to read. Second, research the company. Look at LinkedIn to gain information on the person that you are interviewing with and create 1 to 2 questions from your research that pertain to the interviewer. Look at the company website, LinkedIn page, and Facebook page for hints about the company's vision, mission, employees, culture, etc. Create 1 to 2 questions about the company, growth opportunities, etc. Type the company's name into Google along with the word news and see what comes up. This can also help you craft questions to ask and to be more prepared. Write 5 to 10 questions on a pad and take them to the interview. It is important for the interviewer to see that you have prepared good questions in advance. Third, dress for success. It is always important to dress appropriately for a job interview. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. Even if the environment is business casual, you should still dress in business attire for the interview. For men, clean shaven, a haircut within the last 2 to 3 weeks, clean fingernails, business suit or nice blazer and dress slacks, an iron dress shirt, preferably not a button-down collar, a conservative tie if wearing the business suit or no tie with the blazer and slacks, and a nice belt. You also want to be sure to wear an undershirt, dress socks that cover your legs above where your pants are hemmed, polished dress shoes. You may not be conservative and you may not normally dress this way. However, an interview is not the time to express your wild and crazy side. Don't lose a job opportunity for a silly reason like wearing tennis shoes and gym socks to the interview. For women, a conservative women's business suit with skirt or pants that match. A conservative dress that is not too short, preferably to the knee. A blouse with a jacket and pants. Shoes polished, closed-toed flats or heels. No crazy color on your fingernails. Not too much perfume or makeup. Limited jewelry. Fourth, during the interview, arrive 15 minutes early. Arriving late is inexcusable. Get the directions the day before and even practice the route. Turn off your cell phone or even leave it in your car. Do not chew gum. Don't talk too much. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth and you should listen twice as much as you talk. Try to maintain eye contact with the interviewer as much as possible. Practice active listening, which requires that you pay attention to the questions so that you can answer them accurately. Feel free to take notes while the interviewer is talking so that you can refer back to them and so that the interviewer can see that you are listening and that you feel the information is important. Be prepared to answer the questions, what are your greatest strengths, weaknesses? What have you done to overcome those weaknesses? Be honest about your strengths without being cocky or arrogant. You want to highlight what makes you different, but you don't want to appear to be boastful. The same is true for weaknesses. Identify areas where you could use improvement. Everyone has weaknesses, and it is good to be honest about them. However, don't drone on and on about your failures or shortcomings. Don't ever say bad things about a previous employer. Many interviewers now utilize behavioral interview questions. These questions can be identified by phrases like, tell me about a time when you blank and how you handled it. These questions require a well thought out answer. Prepare for these questions by thinking about a time when you have exhibited the skills or characteristics that the company has listed as required. Don't be afraid to ask about the interview process and what comes next after the interview. And lastly, after the interview, ask for the interviewer's business card and thank him or her for their time to interview you. This is also a good time to reiterate your interest in the position based on what you have learned during the interview. Email the interviewer no later than 24 hours after the interview. Thank them again for their time. Highlight a couple of points that you learned during the interview that you liked. Reiterate your interest in the position and how you feel like you are an ideal candidate. If you really want to stand out compared to other candidates, write a handwritten note to the interviewer on a note card or either mail it the same day as the interview, or if possible, write it in the lobby and leave it with the receptionist to give to the interviewer. I hope these interview tips help in your quest for the ideal job. Above all, be prepared and be yourself. This video has been brought to you by Jackson Pharmacy Professionals. Jackson Pharmacy Professionals is a national pharmacy niche staffing and placement firm located in Alpharetta, Georgia. For more information on Jackson Pharmacy Professionals, including a listing of currently open jobs, please visit our website at www.jacksonhealthcare.com.